What happened yesterday between Robinhood and its customers? What's up, you guys? It's Lexi J, and I'm here with a very random video because of what happened yesterday. So I felt like I needed to come on here and to let you guys know more about what happened yesterday between Robinhood and its customers who were trying to get into the very large GameStop play that ended up happening yesterday within the stock market. So if you are somebody who wants to understand and doesn't necessarily understand all these people that are using all this terminology, that you might possibly be like, well, I have no idea what's going on. So smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let me help you understand what happened yesterday in simple terms. First of all, if you are somebody who is looking to get into investing, looking to figure out what happened, or you're somebody who trades on Robinhood and you're looking for a different platform to be able to invest in stocks, ETFs, options, all commission free, then click the link in the description box for 4 free stocks on Webull worth up to $1,600. And the cool thing about it is the minimum value of the stock that you receive is $8, meaning that if you receive 4 free stocks, one of them happens when you create your account, and the second 2 free stocks that you get come when you fund your account with $100. That means that you automatically get at least $32 in free stocks. So to me, it's worth it. So definitely go ahead and click that link and open an account with Webull. Even if you are on another platform, it is definitely an amazing platform. Well, got a phone call. Many calls. Yesterday, you guys, Robinhood released a tweet that read, "In light of current market volatility, we are restricting transactions for certain securities to position closing only, including AMC and GME," right? So AMC, the stock, and GME, which is GameStop. So if you guys are understanding what I'm saying, basically they were only allowing you to close your positions for the stock, but they weren't allowing you to trade it, they weren't allowing you to buy it. So basically they were restricting you as an investor from getting into the market at that time. It's because a lot of people don't necessarily understand the stock market, and I'm not going to say that it's not a common thing to get invested in stocks. It is completely common. A lot of people just randomly pick stocks and hope for the best, right? But if you have mentorship, if you have a funds manager, if you have somebody who helps you with your investments, then you might be more knowledgeable than others. This video is geared towards those who aren't necessarily that familiar with stocks and are trying to get more involved or trying to know more and understand what happened yesterday. Why am I seeing Robinhood all over the news? Why am I seeing Bloomberg posting on Twitter, breaking: Robinhood has drawn down some of its credit lines with banks, tapping at least several $100 million. You guys, that sounds spicy. To break it down for you guys, what is happening in the stock market right now is basically so much manipulation, if you will. This all begins with the stories of Wall Street Bets and Robinhood. So Wall Street Bets was founded in January 2012 by a man who was living in Washington, D.C. by the name of Jamie Rogozinski. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And ultimately it continued to develop. It was, built upon a culture that pretty much just allowed people who were interested in learning about stocks and wanting to, get advisement on funds and all of that to work together, right? And it was unorganized. It was just a small group of people that were working together. Robinhood was founded. And pretty much from there, obviously, Robinhood continued to grow as a company. And Wall Street Bets in February of 2014 was only barely literally 2 years old and it already surpassed 5,000 subscribers on Reddit. So according to subreddit states, a site that tracks message boards, it literally grew so significantly. And although it was tiny by Reddit standards, according to this article that I'm currently reading, so basically what ended up happening was that this subreddit, if you will, Wall Street Bets, decided that it was going to short squeeze the hedge funds. I will explain what short squeeze means. A few weeks ago, a subredditor, Wall Street Bets, noticed that a hedge fund was shorting Gamestock. So what ended up happening was that they convinced every single person in the thread, and it caught on across the internet. So a bunch of people started shorting. So to give you guys an example of shorting, right, I'm gonna go with a $100 stock. If I short the stock, let's say the stock is $100 and I short it and the position ends up going down to $70, right? Because I bet that it was going to go down. Ultimately now the stock is only worth $70 and I bet that it was going to sell at $100. So I get to keep the difference of $30, which is my profit, because I have to provide the repayment to the broker for the cost of that one share of stock, meaning that I had to buy back the stock, right? But because that share now costs less, I'm able to pocket the difference between $70 and $100. Now, of course, trading stocks and being able to make money by trading stock options is a lot more complicated than some people might make it out to be, or it's complicated. But if you want to understand just how it works and how what happened was able to occur, that's just a good example of what happened. So basically what ended up happening was Wall Street Bets, this subreddit, found out a couple weeks ago and saw that this hedge fund was going to sell this stock, right? They were going to short the position. So they were betting that this stock, GameStop, and also this same similar thing ended up happening with AMC, was going to go down, right? And a lot of the time, these huge hedge funds, these banks, can manipulate the market because they have so much capital going into the market at one time. So this Reddit forum ended up banding everyone together. People all across social media, people in this Reddit forum were gonna band together and we're going to then buy a bunch of the stock. And they basically ended up losing these hedge funds money because they had shorted the position. So they had, they were going to make money on the difference between where they bought in at and where it sold down to. But because these consumers, these retail traders, were now driving the price up, these hedge funds were actually having to buy back their positions from the broker in order to be able to get back to zero. And they were losing so much money. And this is called a short squeeze when you do that to the hedge fund, right? This hedge fund that was worth about, $13.1 billion was how much this hedge fund was worth, and they short squeezed them to the point of bankruptcy. So now this group, Wall Street Bets, is actually going in and trying to find other hedge funds to short squeeze. So it's honestly crazy to think that there are actually these hedge funds that are trying to say that it is illegal what these people did. But in reality, it's what the hedge funds and banks do all the time. They manipulate the foreign exchange market, they manipulate the stock market because they have billions of dollars to push that stock in a buy direction or a sell direction. So, I mean, whether you short the stock or whether you end up pushing the stock and driving it into a positive direction, I mean, unless you band together millions of people, I mean, chances are that the typical retail trader does not have hundreds of thousands, millions, trillions, billions of dollars to put in a position on a trade, right? So when you just link thousands and thousands and thousands of people together, you have the ability to act as a hedge fund when you work as one. That's exactly what they did. So if you are somebody who is looking to get into trading, I mean, that just goes to show you that a little bit of research, working together, can have people winning against these huge banks. And the reason why the rich stay rich and why the poor stay poor is simply because access to knowledge, access to resources, and the flow of money continues to flow in the direction of people who have the ability to afford the resources. But when you have a bunch of people who put a little bit of money together, that equals a lot of money. Webull's CEO explains why trading was restricted amid the GameStop market mania. So basically what the CEO of Webull said was the reason why they could not allow for people to continue to buy, and that goes for Robinhood, that goes for Webull, and a few other stock platforms. His explanation is that our clearing firm simply cannot afford the cost to settle those trades. We cannot use customer funds to front that cost due to regulation, so the brokerages or the clearing firms have to go into their own pockets to do it, and they simply can't afford the cost. Ultimately, what he's saying is that it wasn't meant to attack the small investors or people that were looking to get involved. The brokerages actually could not afford to execute the trades, which then goes to say, how do you call yourself a brokerage if you can't afford it? There are actually reasons why possibly Webull and Robinhood, amongst other different platforms, were not able to fulfill the orders for a lot of these trades, and that's because they don't charge a commission like a lot of these other platforms like E-Trade that charge a commission for every single transaction that they fulfill. There is also currently a class action lawsuit that was filed in the Southern District of New York after Robinhood temporarily restricted GameStop trading on its platform, and it states that Robinhood's actions were done purposefully and knowingly to manipulate the market for the benefit of people and financial institutions who were not Robinhood's customers. Basically, people believe that Robinhood was intentionally not allowing retail traders to trade on the platform in order to help out these large hedge funds and investment firms that were losing money in the process. Because as soon as Robinhood took these people out from being able to manipulate the market, GameStop stock just started to drop. So, I mean, that could be a lot of the reason why people are speculating that there was a manipulation of the market by Robinhood. So if you guys have any other questions, if you guys were wondering about this exact thing, and you guys are like, well, now I want to trade stocks, definitely go ahead and click that link in the description box and join Webull right now so that you can start trading stocks, ETFs, and options for zero commission. So thank you guys for watching another video from the Lexi J Way, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for the next video.